Hey, 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 it's your girl Javina back with another video. Welcome back, welcome back. How you doing, my busy bees? Staying busy, I hope. Keeping it sexy, child. We try to always. And today, I thought it'd be a good thing for me to recreate the look that I did on Battle of the Brushes for you guys, because a lot of you don't have TikTok. So this is the look, the expo look that we received. Isn't that pretty? So, and she has purple, if you look, purple freckles. That's what I thought was really, really, really unique. She has purple freckles. So, and with Battle of the Brushes, if you don't know what that is, it's a makeup competition. And there are outside brands that will sponsor the battle for that night. They will pick the look or pick a suggestion of a look, and they provide the makeup. You heard me right. So the battle that I did with this look was sponsored by Tie to Dye LLC, their brand new makeup line. So this is not on the website yet, but you can get both bipolar palettes in a kit on their website. Use the code BOTB, all caps, to save you some coin, okay? And this Tie to Dye for lashes, that's what it's called, Tie to Dye for lashes. And Tasha DePriest is the owner of the company. And yes, she was kind enough to send me this palette and a pair of lashes from their brand, which I used in the battle. So these are the lashes. They are everyday lashes. The band is super flexible. Not really thin, not really thick, but very flexible. So it molds to your eye if you have eyes like mine, which are hooded and also dealing with aging. These worked beautifully that night. Let me show you the palette. It is a 3-part palette. As you see, I already dug in there because, of course, I used it for the battle. This is a beautiful palette, and it's got beautiful pressed glitters. I did not get a chance to play with the pressed glitters in this look that we created, but we are going to put a little glitter on this look that we're recreating because I really wanted to play with the glitters. So grab all your stuff, grab your companion palettes. We're going to do this and make it look like you did a whole lot but very little. See right then. Okay, so to start, we're going to prime our eyes using the color case made by Mitchell, color case. And we're just going to use a flesh tone. This one right here has been my favorite. It's already got a good divot into it. So that is the most important part, is prime your eyes and prime them with something that's going to be tacky and also something that's going to help you build upon. And this really does, because it after you blend it out the way you want, it dries down so that it's smooth for you to build on. Make sure you grab a companion palette because that's what I needed. I'm using the Glamlight paint palette as my companion palette. Grab your faithful brush and let's just go to town. So we're gonna start with the outer V of the eye, and that is a rich dark purple. So we're gonna just use the rich dark purple that's in this palette to start on our outer V. And because the rich dark purple isn't as dark as I want it to be, I'm gonna mix it with the blue, the navy blue in the palette. So we're just gonna mix them both together, and we're gonna put that on our outer 1/3 of the eye. And if you're not scared, which I'm not scared, but this doesn't have any black, you can use some black to darken that up. So we're just gonna stamp this into our outer 1/3 of the eye. Right, and with the same brush, after we just stamped the color on, I haven't blended anything out, we're gonna use the color wheel just to clean up the brush, because we're gonna use the same brush. And we're gonna dip into the fuchsia pink and red of the palette. If you don't know the palette, let me just show you one more time. The fuchsia pink and the dark red. You would think that the burgundy would help, but we're going to use that to blend out those two colors. So we're going to use the fuchsia pink and the red to blend out the edges of the purple right about here. Just creating that beautiful shape and gradient into each other. Try not to go too high because you need that underbrow to be yellow. So we're just going to stamp this on and kind of blend it into each other just to keep that edges nice and clean. Just like that. Now that we've got our shape and we have blended to the gods to make sure it's all kind of seamless, go back into your color wheel, clean out that brush. I like this brush because for this look because it is flat yet fluffy. So let me show you that. How it's flat, it's a little rounded, but it's still quite fluffy to the point where you can use it to blend also. So we're going to go into that burgundy color and we're going to darken up our crease with the burgundy. Let me show you what I mean. Just right in here, we're going to darken that crease up. It doesn't need to be all the way up because we blended that out perfectly. But you can go into the blue, not blue, the blue purple mix, the purple fuchsia mix, just a little bit, just to make it seamless. And you're going to have to go back into that blue purple mix. Blue purple. Why do I keep saying blue purple? Oh, because it is blue purple. Blue purple to build the color back up into the outer V so it doesn't all blend away right there. Because if you can see, it's kind of over and kind of blending it away, but we want it to be a little bit more intense. We'll just go back into it. And we're just going to deepen up that crease. And then go into darkening it back up. So now I've wiped off the brush with the color switch and a little bit of a baby wipe. And I'm just going to dry it on my wrist. I have the fan blowing. And we're going to go into the yellow. And so you don't lose where we are, we're going to be going into an orange-yellow blend right here under the brow. So a little orange and a little bit of yellow right on top. And with a little bit of that pink fuchsia mix, it's going to really pop and look seamless. And as I'm doing it, as you see, I'm just blending, not just packing the color on, but also blending. And I'm switching back and forth into the orange and the yellow to intensify the color to where I want it. If we weren't using so many colors, you know, we can always fake it with just, you know, that simple cut crease that I like to show you. And which we haven't done too many tutorials in a while because I've been doing a lot more unboxing and working hard. But I wanted to give you guys a little bit more of a tutorial based video on how I created this look. And I literally did it with one brush. That's my little inner secret that I did do on camera. They all could see it, as I used one brush to do this whole look. Now the reason I flipped the brush is because at the tip, we're trying to get the color on the tip, the orange and the yellow, right? So sometimes a little bit gets on the tip on both sides. You just flip the brush over and get that extra color. And then I'm going to dip back into that yellow and get that to come all the way down to our nose. We're going to use a baby wipe to clean all this up. We want to make sure it's nice and bright. Because I have hooded eyes, I try to keep it a little bit open, which I did do in the look, but we are going to blend all this down into the nose because that's the way it is cuffed right here. It's blended all the way down before we cut the crease. Not using any additional color. I wanted to make sure you knew that we're just blending the two colors, the yellow and the pink, and we're starting with the pink fuchsia mix and bringing it all the way down to the nose. And we're just using the same brush, and we're just taking a little bit of color from the inside and blending it downwards. We're not adding any additional color. We want it to be a gradient. When you're ready to go into your next color, you just clean off the brush. And if you don't feel confident switching eyes like I just did, just clean off the brush. That way you don't get it too muddy. But as you see, it's not getting muddy. It's not blending away. It's literally just guiding its way down my nose. So now that it's all nice and intensified and it's in there, bleeding down, not bleeding down, a gradient down of a blend. Now we're going to go back into our color case. You can use your concealer, you can use whatever you want. I'm just going to use the same exact color with a flatter brush. The same exact color I started with. And we're just going to cut the crease. Try not to swipe, but stamp it. That way you don't bleed the colors into your concealer. But we want it to actually be a nice, you know, bright, vivid cut. And that's the one thing I really, ooh, what's that? Did it break? That's something I really enjoy with the color cases, because it just does not, as you see, because it's kind of like a dry, and you should warm it up on the back of your hand type of product, that it does not make that bleed, and you can blend it right away and very, very easily. So that, now I'm just going to make it a little bit more even. I'm trying to tap, tap, tap with swipe. Let me try to make it more even, and then it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be, you know, right in the center of the eye to match as much as possible. And I'm going to wipe the brush off with the baby wipe, so it's a little damp, and a dry towel or makeup eraser works just fine. That way we can use this brush to go into the bipolar palette. And we're going to use the purple that is included. To cut our crease. You want to get as much color payoff without too much fallout, as I'm just giving all the fallout right now because I'm overloading my brush just so that I can get it seen. There we go. I'm going to just tap right over that purple just enough to kind of blend it in. Okay, same on the other side. So I wanted you to see we are getting there. We're getting almost exactly there. So because I would like to darken it up, I'm going to use the black from the Bipolar palette on the same flat brush that we did our concealer with and cut the crease with. And I'm going to line my outer V just to give it like a, you know, like a liner, pretty much a false liner with the, well, it can't be really false. I don't really know the word for what I'm trying to say, but it's basically we're lining the eye with eyeshadow. And we're gonna do the whole eye with eyeshadow. Lord have mercy, getting my words together is hard sometimes. We're just making a wing with that. Just a nice, not too thick, just enough to darken up the outer V. Give it a little bit more dramatical look, and then we're gonna clean it up and start with some of the other fun things that go into that look. Okay, so now I want to go into this purple glitter. It's got a little bit of blue, it has little bitty blue stars in it. I don't know if you can see that really well on camera, but we're going to put that right here. Right in the middle where we have that harsh line. And that's it. We're just covering that harsh line. Just blending it in so that you can see identify a couple of the stars. Doing the same thing on the other side. Well, like I said, if you're interested in this palette, go to Tie to Dye for lashes. They have a bundle that's coming out. It's not coming out. You can pre-order the bundle now. It comes with both palettes, a bunch of different concealers, liners, like pretty much almost the whole new makeup line for under $200. But you get both palettes and a whole bunch of other stuff. Just check it out. Take my word for it. It's something I'm investing in because they only are selling 40 of them to start. So of course I'm investing in it right away. I purchased mine the first night of the battle. I'm sorry. So I'm wiping off the brush with the concealer because we're going to take that and clean up this glitter right here that went a little over because I have such big old dinosaur fingers. And I'm just gonna, as you see, kind of sweep away the glitter that's on my fuchsia purple area. I mean, it has a great binder to it, and it has a great release. It doesn't like put you in a chokehold, which is awesome. And it's soft glitter. It's really, really soft. Okay, so like I said, there's other fun things to be had with this look. There's also this silver line right here. I don't know if you can really see it. There's a silver line right there. That's kind of coating kind of keeping the top of it kind of separate. So I'm going to grab a liner brush for that. And I have my liquid, I don't know who this is from. I want to say it's Dollar Tree brand liquid glitter. And all I did was, it comes out on a spoolie. I took the stopper out of it, put it on the back of my hand. Just, oops, that's a whole lot. We don't need that much. That way it doesn't dry out. Close it back up and just get it nice and saturated on the brush. And then follow the line. Small strokes work easier. Don't try to do that big swoop really quickly because you could mess up. So little strokes work a lot easier for me. And once I start seeing it kind of thinning out, then I just dip in and get some more. Load up the brush a little more. And that's it. I don't know if you can see that. Sometimes I feel that I'm close enough to the camera, but sometimes I feel like I should be able to zoom. I should zoom in a little bit more. But I think this little liner moment right here definitely makes it look like you've done so much work. And in fact, this was super easy to do. It's just with a lot of colors. It's something that we're not used to, just right off the top of our heads, you know. So I'm going to put the rest of my base on, and I'm going to be back to finish the look with you. And done. All I did was one little thing off camera that you guys didn't see with the eyes, which was putting eyeshadow under my eyes. I mean, a young girl on TikTok says it's so cute it's not weird to put eyeshadow under your eyes. You're just not used to it, and I am really not used to it. So when it comes to a look where I have to put eyeshadow under my eyes, I'm kind of like, ugh, you know, just like that. So wow. And I don't put mascara under my eyes because I know what it'll do to me, but I will rub a little of the Made by Mitchell color case over my lash line to give it that smokier look without overlining my under eyes to make them look, you know, as Asian as they are, you know what I mean? But yeah, I figured I'd switch up the wig. I did have a different wig on that night. Let me, in fact, show you the final look that I had created that night. I think this one came out so much better because I was under pressure, under timed, I have 1 hour to do it, and really nothing more than my nerves were shot. You know, my nerves were shot. So it's like, oh my goodness, but this is gorgeous. And I'm wearing the lashes that were provided by Miss Tasha. So thank you all so much for hanging with me while I did this recreation. If you're new here, hey, I'm your girl Javina, and I love everything about everything and anything in between. That includes you, my makeup, my skincare, and more. And if you're into that, please join the hive. I'd be glad to have you. And if you're not new here, I see you, sis. And don't forget, hey, I may not have a code, but I have the code of the century that if you go on to Battle of the Brushes main website, www.battleofthebrushes.main, you can see a lot of the brands that they have had sponsored. And I've snagged up a few indie brands, you know, some really good gems through Battle of the Brushes, and able to put on the Battle of the Brushes code and save me some serious coin. So yeah, and it's just BOTB at checkout, and you will just be amazed. 20% off, honey. When you have nothing off, 20% off is a lot. So yeah, so thank you all, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.